Hey everyone, this is kind of an impromptu video, but this video is for people who have experienced mental health issues due to the oppressive society that we live in. My name is Marissa Price. I am a Black woman social worker, healer, educator, hoping to share knowledge and make it more accessible so that we understand what's happening, right, in our brains and our bodies as we are experiencing these things, as we are navigating these oppressive systems that continue to try to take the life out of us. I'm hoping to share information around that because honestly, I feel like the mental health field has done a really horrible job of educating us about how systemic forces create a lot of these mental health issues, conditions that we are experiencing. And I have some theories behind that too. So if this sounds interesting to you, please like this video, subscribe to my channel for related content. This channel is for Black women, Black girls, Black femmes, healing, sharing resources, knowledge in a safe space on the internet. So if that sounds good to you, please subscribe. But yeah, how does oppression cause mental illness? The first thing that pops up for me is the system of poverty. We know that poverty is not a natural system. Poverty is intentionally created under the capitalist system, and the capitalist system came about as a result of the enslavement and subjugation of Black people, right? Capitalism would not exist were it not for the transatlantic slave trade. That is how it got its start, right? Capitalism started after the transatlantic slave trade began. So we have to keep that in mind when we think about these systems and how they function. So how does it affect our mental health when we can't afford basic necessities, when we can't afford things that should be given to us freely, things like shelter, food, water, clothing, the basic living necessities? How does that impact our mental health, right? How does that make us feel like we're a failure if we can't provide these things for ourselves, for our families? In the society we live in is making it just even more and more impossible to do so. And a lot of us internalize that because that is what the systems and those who uphold them tell us to do, because it takes the blame off of them. It takes the blame off of them when we would naturally be like, why does poverty even exist? Why do I have to pay for things that I need to live? Why is that a thing? Instead, we internalize it as something is wrong with us because we can't afford these things when there should never be a price on them in the first place. That's just one of the ways that oppression creates mental illness. I'm thinking about intersectionality, a term coined by Kimberly Crenshaw, a lawyer, law professor, Black feminist writer who coined that term really to help us understand how we experience oppression at multiple angles due to our identities. We have multiple identities as we move through this world, right? Race, gender, sex, sexual orientation, class, disability, body size, right? All of these things play into the way that we experience the world on a day-to-day basis. And the more identities that you have that fall into the identities that are marginalized, the more you are likely to experience the very real aspects of oppression. And how does that impact your mental health? Left and right, you are being denied resources that you need. You are being denied access to places that you need to be in, right, to receive care. When I think about needing to go to the doctor and not being able to afford to go to the doctor, or not feeling safe at doctor's offices or in medical facilities, because we know the very real history of medical facilities in the US and how they have experimented, okay, on Black and Indigenous people for centuries. For centuries. To develop medicine, to develop treatments. And then those same treatments that they've used bodies unconsenting people who they viewed as bodies to develop these things, they then withhold them deliberately from us as we need them to survive. What impact does this have on our mental health? And so my goal in making this video is to let you know that it's not you. It's not you. We are living in impossible systems to thrive, to survive. They were not created for us to do any of these things. They were intentionally created for a select group of people to stay at the top and oppress all the rest of us in order to stay on that artificial top. So I want you to know that it's okay to remove the blame from yourself. It's okay.